No? You want to hear a fucked up story real quick before we start?
Sure.
I mixed up musician and magician when I was in pre-K. The
Okay.
same class I was in. That girl took the biggest shit I ever saw in my life.
Fucking. Shout
Yeah.
out. Wherever you are.
It's gonna be fucking
Huge
hilarious.
fucking dumb. Bro, the biggest shit I've ever seen someone take ever in pre-K.
Okay.
So anyway,
Right.
Miss Miller's class,
Sure.
Erdenheim Elementary.
Shout out.
Wow, they're definitely going to be able to pinpoint who this person was.
I mean, you said her full name, so.
Hey.
So anyway, but yo, the teacher was telling us, she was like, there's musicians coming. I was in pre-K,
So you were hyped
and I was
for it.
hearing magician. And in my head, I'm like, yo, someone's rolling in with a hat like that. They're pulling a rabbit out.
Oh, yeah.
They got a cape on. They're
Doing all that.
I thought there was going to be wild magic.
Some
Yeah.
asshole
And
walks
these
in with
two
an
kids
oboe.
from like fourth grade walked in, yeah, with an oboe and a fucking violin. Yeah. And they started playing, and I remember being just crushed. Oh my god, last week took this huge shit. This week I get
Fucking.
sick. I think that might have been one of the reasons I don't like live music and theater and stuff, is because that put a real damper on it for me.
I mean,
You
as
just
a
had
friend,
right. You just your expectations were shattered from the door. You said,
Yeah.
"Fuck it,
Crazy. Thanks
Huh.
a lot, fourth graders.
losers."
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry
Well,
guys.
All right, now we're back.
Yeah,
welcome
you can
to
we're not going
Apartment
Episode-
5A.
yeah.
Apartment
Okay.
Episode
That story is
episode
staying
4.
in.
We're on episode 4.
That story's staying in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We shout out. How could that not stay?
That story is 100%.
Hell yeah. What's the other name you like that I always shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out Beaver. My guy. Anyway, so episode 4, Apartment 5A.
Here we are. It's
Yes.
my favorite night of the week. Now.
Yes, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
No, it is.
So we just got done watching it, and
Episode 4.
episode 4, male unbonding. Jerry's got he's got a lunch date with like an old buddy. Doesn't really feel like dealing with the guy anymore. Wants to try and break up with him.
It starts in the apartment, and we see the full building too.
That's
Yes, very
That's
interesting.
odd. I don't know if I think that might be the only time
One of the few. They show the lobby a couple times.
This was really different. They the whole time they're with them. They're with
Yeah,
George
following
and Jerry from the lobby. They walk past a window with sunshine coming through it, all the way in the elevator.
George had a fanny pack on.
George
Yeah,
got a
wild,
fanny pack?
wild.
Why?
Big bright blue fanny
Wild
pack.
stuff.
And
No.
he had jars of change in this episode and a fanny pack. He was really a different.
Whose idea was the fanny pack, I wonder? What did he have back then? He didn't have a
feel
cell phone.
Yeah, I feel like
He didn't have a beeper.
Yeah.
What did you need a fanny pack for?
people were putting. What did you have back then? Like someone.
Oh,
You
I
always
was-
had
I was-
lifesavers. You could
I
have
mean,
put a whole
we were
Walkman
kids.
in it.
Like I
You
was
could
a
put a whole
kid.
Walkman in it.
I was a kid when fanny packs were big, and that was you might add a Walkman, a couple tapes or something.
Yeah.
Stupid shit when you're a kid, but when you're a grown ass adult,
Nah, I
the
had
fuck you
nothing
got
for
in
it.
there? Right. What's strange is they take the long way to Jerry's apartment. They follow him through, and it's apartment 411.
Yes.
Do we
Not
know
even
if
5A.
there's
Not
any
even 5A.
significance to why that is? No.
No, they probably weren't even considering like this in the first episode. Like, or, I mean, I guess with continuity, you would think they would try to keep it the same, but maybe they just didn't even think
Yeah.
anyone was paying attention.
Yeah, I think
Probably shot
it seems
all out
like
of order.
it seems. Yeah,
Well, it
seems
was.
like-
Speaking of that, yeah. Go ahead.
no, it seems like just these first early episodes, they didn't. Nothing was very concrete.
Well,
everything was kind
I'm
of.
pretty.
up
So I'm
in
pretty
the
sure the third episode was really shot like first or second.
air. Right.
Then this episode was originally shot without Elaine. They added Elaine back in, and I guess the earlier version of it was shot with some other script changes that I have written down in the book here. But the the title was also supposed to be was the first one without the in the title. You know,
Okay.
because
Gotcha.
It's all male
Yeah,
bonding.
you're right.
And then Jerry wanted to add the male unbonding, and it didn't look right, so they took it out, and it's just male. But it started all like Friends does every episode, like the
Right.
blah blah blah. The it started a trend of doing that,
Right. Yeah.
titling it in whatever is the main focus, and that was Larry's idea because he said it keeps people focused on the episode.
Right.
Bill Larry David.
Oh, Larry David.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But,
So then we get up to apartment 411.
yeah, door knocker.
411. Door knocker. Nice
Yes.
door knocker.
Mhm.
An elevator window.
Yeah, the window.
all that in the
sunshine,
hallway.
elevator,
Interesting.
beautiful.
And some things you never see. Or
And
never
then we
did
go
saw
inside the
that.
apartment, and who's sitting on the couch? We got the caveman
Yeah.
using the phone,
Right.
He's
talking shit with one of Jerry's buddies.
What clearly seems to be possibly a conspiracy theory talk or something. What is he saying? He's like, that's big business for you.
His claim that the cure for cancer is being harbored by big business.
Yes.
Talking to somebody that called for Jerry.
Right.
Kramer's sitting on the phone.
Joel Hornick.
Yes.
Joel Hornick.
Yeah.
Now, did anybody ever come over to your house to use the phone? Was that like, because kids today would probably be like not even, like familiar enough.
I mean,
with,
back in the day, I remember neighbors not having a phone working, asking
to
to
just
use
pick
the
up.
phone.
Did you ever have carte blanche at any friend's house where you could pick up the phone? I could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I had a few friends
I
like
didn't have
that.
to ask to pick up the phone.
Yeah,
I just do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins'
Page somebody.
houses, couple
Page
friends.
people. Sure, page people.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I
That's how we
would,
grew
I would
up.
page you. I had a friend who had a pager when we were in high school before cell phones, and he knocked it off his waist right as he was flushing the toilet, and the pager flushed all the way down the toilet.
Right. It didn't
Full
get...
down, it didn't clog it. I remember always being like, "Oh, really? It just went down." He's like, "Yeah, it went.
Yeah, that's a real
Must have been a
shame.
big hole in
You
that
gotta-
thing, big
Yeah.
pipe."
As big as the deal as that
Listen.
was, you don't really lose much if you lose your pager. Numbers you might have had stored in it.
They were. I feel like pagers. What were how much did a pager cost back then? I mean, you could-
$100.
Yeah, I was gonna say about $100 bucks.
$100 maybe.
Roman, did you ever deal with a pager?
I mean, no.
No, I never had a pager. Man.
No, I mean, by the time I was like a conscious human being, it was already 2001.
I bought a pager in like 6th or 7th grade, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
It like turned on, but I bought it, and then I remember I got home and I was like, "Wait, you need like a number for it."
Right.
But it didn't have the number, and the kid kept giving me a number for it, but it didn't work. He just like stole a pager from someone,
Just
and I
gave you a
bought it,
beat pager.
and I bought it for like $5.
Right.
Did it
$5
ever
bucks
beep?
and- No.
$5 is hard to come by when you're
Yeah.
a little kid. Sure.
But I remember I
Yeah,
had
that is
a
true.
pager, and I thought I was the shit for like 3
we
months.
weren't allowed to bring them to school,
Yeah.
so we had to stash them in our pants or whatever. And we had to go through metal detectors.
You would page a
Yeah.
code. Like if I needed you, I would page you,
Right.
and I would put 911.
Right.
That meant there was an emergency.
But you would often put 911 anyway to a friend.
Yeah, that totally got abused. 911 totally.
I would
got
write
abused.
911 300 times.
Right.
Yeah.
A real boy who cried wolf situation.
Oh man.
I mean, everybody started putting 911 like it didn't even matter. It was just totally so stupid,
Yes.
But yeah, the pagers. So yeah. So anyway, back to the show. Kramer's chilling there talking to Jerry's homie who called him on the phone.
Joel
Yeah.
Hornick,
Joel Hornick.
Jerry's old friend
Yeah.
from childhood.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to be too big of a. I think he was way more of a friend with Jerry than Jerry was with him. Clearly.
Well, I think
That's clearly
yeah.
the situation. Yeah, he
And I think-
says
Yeah.
he kind of just hung out with him because he had a cool toy.
Yeah.
He had a ping pong table.
Right,
Jerry
yeah.
was in the ping pong.
Or you have one of those friends you're younger and you're like friends, and then as you grow older, you like kind of
You're not friends.
grow
anymore.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of that, and the person still thinks you're like,
I had a couple friends that had like
yeah,
sick Nintendo collections that, I kind of probably only hung out with because of that.
Yeah.
okay,
And they would always like leave a game. AKA, I was like,
Right,
Like,
exactly.
yo, you left your game. I'll bring it to school tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, awesome! Every time.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Listen.
that's how you had to do it.
I don't even know how I got stuff when I was a kid. Because I don't ever remember. Like, the first game I remember getting new was, like, one that, like, I bought. I don't ever remember getting, like, I just think people, like, gave
New
toys.
games?
Yeah, new toys, new games.
Yeah.
I just always got... I remember it once I started getting them. But, like, all through Nintendo and, like, the start of Super Nintendo, I think it was all just, like, gifted shit. I would go, like, a whole year
Yeah.
with one game.
No, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah,
Then
yeah.
at Christmas or my
The
birthday, I'd get
frequency
one.
of getting games wasn't.
Maybe I'd be
right.
somewhere like... I remember going to, like, Sam's Club with my mom when I was a kid, and they had, like, a Nintendo section
Yeah.
Really.
on sale, yeah. And I remember getting, like, Tecmo Baseball because it was, like, $7.
Yeah. Lee
But-
Trevino's putting challenge.
Oh man, Lee Trevino. I wonder what he's up to.
For real.
So, back to the episode.
Yeah.
So Kramer's in there talking about conspiracy theories, which, always sparks,
Well, he's high all the time.
yeah, he's
Doing
always
pot.
Right,
right,
if
doing
that's- yeah.
stuff. Right, so he's always
Selling drugs in
into,
the building.
and he's always into like the alternative media stuff and listening
Yeah.
to crazy shit. And,
Well,
He seems like the type.
yeah,
Yeah, of
so
course.
he gives the phone to Jerry. It's Joel. He doesn't want to hang out. Jerry goes to meet him, and you can clearly tell that Joel is way more into this.
oh yeah, Jerry doesn't even want to be there. The guy's rude. He's
Yeah.
he's an idiot to the waitress. Jerry goes there all the time.
Well, he gets mad about the turkey.
Right.
Yeah, he has a whole thing about
He
the.
has a whole.
What
thing
does he
about
say? He's
turkey.
like, "What is it? A
Well, he
turkey
wanted to know
roll?"
was it lunch meat turkey or roasted
Right,
turkey?
He said,
Turkey
I wrote
roll,
it
which
down.
he said, but that's what he meant.
Joel is a dick. Is the turkey real? He said, "Is there a turkey in the
I
back?"
just,
That's
listen.
what he said. Is there a turkey in the back?
Are either one of them fake? Like they're both technically real
I
turkey.
think one's a mashed up turkey in the shape.
Yeah,
is
one's
that
like
what a
one's
sliced turkey is? It's not like a
No.
a
Yeah,
giant
that's all.
turkey
That's all
breast?
like mashed parts that they mash together.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. If you go to a diner and get a turkey club, most diners serve you good roast.
Good
If
sliced
you go to
turkey.
if you go to the deli and you're like, oh, I need sliced turkey, it's not mashed up.
Yeah, but
turkey.
no.
If you buy cheap, there's cheaper turkeys.
Yeah, no. All your lunch
Like,
meat
if you-
turkey isn't going to be like roasted carved turkey. I
Right,
think a lot of
yeah.
that is a processed meat which comes out like formed into that shape. That's why
Right,
there's
like
not
a-
like a bone mark and like.
So you're saying like a chicken McNugget?
Yeah, it's like a big ass. It's like a fancy ass turkey McNugget. Unbreaded.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's why people freak out about lunch meat because they say it can be,
It's
I
all
had-
fried shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew people that I would mention lunch meat to, and they would scoff with disgust as if I was talking about like McDonald's or like fast food, and they're like, I don't eat that shit. They're like, maybe if it was like fresh cut meat off of like the thing.
But too, there's levels of lunch meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
like,
if
what are
you
we
could
talking
buy
here?
good lunch meat, you can't tell me that's shit. And
No,
you know what I
like
mean?
if you get some nice
Boar's
Dietz
Head.
and, Dietz and Watson,
Dietz and
some
Watson,
Boar's
little
Head.
imported ham at $11.99.
Yeah,
a pound.
come on.
You know what I mean? That's a far cry from boiled ham at
Well,
$1.98 a pound.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
A nice
It's-
Boar's Head cut. I
but-
feel like what's the highest? Like what's the best? Dietz and Watson or Boar's Head?
Depends where you are. I mean, it's Dietz and Watson and Boar's Head are both the same. Dietz and Watson is local.
This
Dietz
is
and
true.
Watson's from around here.
They used to have the store right down the block.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure. My pals.
What Dietz and
my
Watson?
house
Do
is.
you deal with my pals?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I go in
It's
there.
right by your house.
Yeah, I get a hoagie.
Their chicken cutlet special. It's chicken cutlet, sharp rum, roasted peppers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
original.
I'm out.
They've
I'm
been
out.
around a million years.
I'm
that
out of the
place.
neighborhood now.
Yeah, he's a local.
That's right.
I
You
know.
live in some other fucking weird place now.
I know, right? Crazy.
Yeah, where's the new spot?
Brought on Lombard.
You can walk to El Vez.
Yeah, that's true. I don't love Elvez, but I wouldn't go there.
Because I don't deal.
I don't deal. I mean, we've had this conversation before.
We've been down the Steven Star restaurant. Road
I mean,
before,
it's
Mike.
not
We
even
know.
just a Steven Star. It's the taco thing. You know what I mean? Like,
No, a kid
I'll-
tried to tell me that another place was better than 10th and Washington Taco Truck last night.
who was that? Where?
Um,
Where was the?
One of Rich's friends.
Where was the place that he cited that was better?
9th and McKean.
What is it? Do you know?
Said there's a
what
small
it's called?
truck.
Okay. Or
And I was like,
Oh, it's a
I was
truck?
at that one. He goes, you were probably at 7th and McKean.
store or a truck.
It's a
9th
truck.
and
And he said
McKean?
there's a small truck, and he claims it's better. And I go, what do you get? He goes, chicken tacos. And I go, pretty sure you got to base what's best on that truck off that spit, that pork spit.
Well, yeah. If we're really going for like what's cooked.
Yeah,
around-
what's like authentic. And I'm like, I can break it down to you why 10th and Washington Taco Truck is the
Yeah.
best.
I mean, listen. I love Ethan
Shout out
Jackson.
Tacos El
Oh, Rodeo.
Loc-
Rodeo. Is it Rodeo or Rodeo?
So
Rodeo,
I
believe.
I would think Rodeo, right? Tacos El Rodeo. 10th and Washington, Philadelphia.
Yes. Ethan Jackson, also El Cholito Loco. That's my hitter.
I'm a Los Gallos.
I also love Los Gallos. It's terrific as well.
Now we're just
Los Gallos. Now, yeah, we're so
I don't think they ever even ate tacos on Seinfeld. Did they?
Roman's
was there
thinking to
one
himself, I'm going to have to spend
what about-
hours editing this nonsense.
No,
Hours. I don't know if it's hours.
They mentioned salsa, and they mentioned
Because
what's
people
the,
like to say
cut this
something.
part.
Yeah.
where is the
100%.
spot that Elaine buys from? I was watching.
Oh,
that.
Puerto Mayo. Oh, God, it's Mayo.
What is
That's Drew's favorite. I know.
What's the
I
other-
can't wait till we get to that.
Yo,
because
oh my
I
God.
just found
Yo,
that this
Can we
year.
make like the what's the really what's the logo everyone wears? Can we do that with the store name? What's the logo everyone wears on a shirt? It's like that, and it's always in
Supreme?
black. No, it's not Supreme. I mean, you could do it like a box logo. But it's like a really it begins with a B. All the kids.
Bape?
No, it's
Paradox?
no, but
Or both good.
Balmain. They all wear the Balmain.
Oh,
things.
Balmain.
You
Yeah.
do one of them, or like a Paradox, or
Yeah.
just any.
It says Puerto Mayo.
Yo.
I'm into that. I mean, listen.
But what's the other one? What's the other store?
Cinco.
Cinco de
Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo. And he
Yeah.
says, what are they all run by the same person? He's like, yeah, I'm Gladys Mayo.
Yes.
That's so good. So good. I love that they're like Gladys Mayo.
Every shirt comes. Every shirt
That's
comes
the
with
most
Jessica
fun.
package.
I
Yes,
love that.
yeah.
I
These
fucking
clothes
love
on.
that.
You wear them
Dude,
on
we
10
gotta
years.
make-
Don't be screwed.
We need to make a fucking like her,
Yeah.
like her figure, because that's fucking one of my
Gladys
favorites.
Mayo.
Bro, yeah,
That's a real, yeah.
yeah. Bro, the way her disregard for Elaine.
Oh my God, it's terrific.
Elaine literally asked very nicely, because I watched that episode the other night.
Yeah.
Elaine's like,
Yeah,
excuse
she
me,
wants the
what size are
chancletas.
These Hirachis.
Oh, the Hirachis, yeah.
And she literally goes, looks at her twice and turns around and
Yeah.
and it's such a pointless conversation. She's like, so what else did you do this weekend? She has nothing
Yeah.
Yeah,
for her, man.
No, for real.
so great.
Yeah.
But
So-
no, so tacos, no, but yeah, so that it was,
Yes,
that
yes,
might be,
yes.
and salsa, the salsa.
Yes, they like to say
Salsa.
salsa. They like to say
Salsa.
salsa.
So back off to
Let me just say one thing. From being of age at the time, salsa was fucking huge.
huge.
Really?
My cousin
my
used to
God.
eat it with a spoon.
Yo, it was like
It was like a
that's
thing.
all people were snacking on.
That's it.
All you
It was
saw
like
people had
avocado
Tostitos.
toast of the-
was
it was like avocado toast
clear
of the
bag.
day.
Remember the clear bag of corn
Yes.
tortilla
Yes.
chips? They're round,
very
like that's
interesting.
salty, so good.
No,
It
those
was
were
like
the
a
cheap ones,
no-name
the Acme
clear-
ones.
But they were fucking awesome.
And they were real yellow.
Yeah, that's all everybody ate was salsa. It was crazy.
It was like the avocado toast of the day.
Yeah, bro, it was
Essentially.
crazy huge.
If people were like on a food, people get on
Yeah, it
foods.
was
Yeah,
funny.
my cousin
Salsa was huge.
Eating it, she was eating it with a spoon in a
very
bowl.
interesting.
Salsa with a spoon.
So,
Oh man,
Kramer,
Yes.
Joe.
Well, no, they're there. They're talking. He's
Yeah, they're at
mean
the
to the
dining,
waitress
yes,
about
yes.
turkey. Jerry goes, "How can you talk to people like that?" And with complete disregard, he says, "Guess who I saw the other day?"
Yeah.
And he brings up an old childhood friend, which definitely shows you they're super old friends. And Jerry just says, "Joel, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
We can't be friends anymore. I can't."
Yes.
So he has a male breakup.
And
His male breakup.
Yeah.
Very odd situation to be in, but it happens. And
yeah, he starts weeping.
I think we've all been there.
we don't got to go into detail, but yeah, but we've been to a few
We've
of
been
them.
there. We
Really?
discussed this on several.
Really?
We've been
Well, listen.
hanging around from this day one, dude. I could name like 4
Yeah,
Where you
people.
had to have a
Not
conversation with
me.
someone?
like people that have kind of came around.
yeah, and we've kind of had
Mike
to-
seems to attract a great deal of them for some fucking weird
I
reason.
don't know what's up, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
There's been
they
a few-
always
Really? Interesting.
always end bad for the other person.
Because they
Very
do some
interesting.
crazy.
They do so crazy.
They do some crazy male friend stuff.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, that you're like, yeah, you
We
gotta
can talk
go.
about that
Yeah,
sometime.
that'll be some other things. But yeah, no, we got to break up. We got to break a
Had a couple
few
of
male
breakoffs.
hearts in our
Yeah.
life.
No, for sure. Listen.
Had to make a couple guys cry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. Jerry makes him cry
Yes, he weeps.
Yeah, he weeps.
in the
He
diner.
weeps. No, but I think I said that because I think he says it. He was weeping.
He
He
was
says he was
weeping.
weeping. I know that's not a word that I often use in my regular everyday
Well, you
vernacular.
got a couple words. I know one you use every day. Ravished
What, ravenous?
or ravenous. Yeah.
Listen, I went out of my way to not use that word today.
Good shit, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying ravenous is such a. You can't if you use it every day. You might as well be saying I'm not that.
I mean, but I will say that I usually am quite ravenous because I don't really eat breakfast and then I go through the day and I don't really eat lunch.
Yeah, but you know
so
what
I
I'm
end up
saying?
starving.
Look, 6 days out of the week, just go. Yo, I'm starving, man. I'm hungry as
That's it.
shit.
I forget.
Fucking starving. You know.
Why don't you just throw like a box of granola bars in your backpack? Or
Granola
something?
Havers.
It's just a lot to carry around. You know what I mean? I really hate
Hey,
bags.
literally.
No,
Yeah, the whole thing is that they're light, Drew.
no,
They're
I hate
fucking-
bags. I hate having a bag. I hate having
Always have
things.
a bag. What are you talking about?
I have to though. If I didn't have to have a bag all the
All the
time,
more reason.
I
I,
feel
can
like-
see if you didn't have a bag, I'm itching to
No,
carry
I
a
hate
box
bags.
of granola bars.
If it was-
no.
That'd be inconvenient.
I would
But you
love it
got
if
a
I
bag.
never had to carry anything. If I didn't have to
if
carry
it was
anything.
socially acceptable, Roman would strap saddlebags to his pants.
No.
Then even
No, the opposite.
cargo pockets would allow.
I would
You
literally.
bag so much you have a butt pocket.
I hate bags.
He's a mid-butt.
I
pocket
hate
on
bags
this saw.
despite I see a bag and I'm like, that's a nice bag. And then I'm always wearing a bag and I'm like, I hate
always
this.
used to use a bag. I eliminated it out of my life.
No, I hate it. It's the
And
worst.
now I cut my
I
pockets down.
literally I would love it if I could just carry around my phone, my wallet, my keys, whatever. Never a bag, but I
I cut my keys
have to.
down. I really try. Now I like a hoodie or a jacket because I can fill those pockets.
Well,
and
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't
No,
feel,
that's-
but it's hard because if I'm really out there, I got dog poop bags. I got the dogs. I got a coffee in my hand, phone,
Right.
iPod,
This is true.
AirPod case. Any money?
Yeah,
or
the
wallet,
AirPods they added that.
lighter.
You should get a
I,
fanny
like,
pack.
I usually have
It's good.
a knife, or some sort of
Funny though,
something to
fanny
open
packs made a
some
huge
letters
comeback.
with. Yeah,
This page
Joe
here.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan wears one?
Joe Rogan created the fanny comeback.
Did he?
Yeah, years ago before it popped off. What happened was Joe Rogan started wearing the fanny pack. It blew up amongst like alpha males, if you will, because Joe Rogan's wearing the fanny pack. He then started to license his own fanny pack. He made like a really good fanny
I
pack.
never knew that.
They were selling out.
I never
crazy.
go on the merchandise
So I
side of
feel
things.
like seeing. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of these like.
Did he do the
weightlifter
cross
dudes and
chest
shit.
gimmick? It was,
No,
Well,
he
see,
just-
that's the other thing is that's
No,
the
he opened
people
up
were
the
doing
floodgates for everything. I feel like
Okay, he opened
because
that.
when people started wearing them, like coming into the store and buying like Supreme ones and crossbody bags,
Yeah.
Uh,
I was already like well aware that this fanny pack,
Right.
low key, otherworld, like I'd be like, oh, that like, I feel like if women started doing it, it might have been hard for guys to get into it, but because it was coming from this
Right.
alpha male presence, even undergroundy, if you will. But say you don't know this and you just see 5 huge guys with fanny packs, you're like, oh, like I wouldn't. I would usually think they might like fuck with me or make fun of me for wearing that.
Right.
Well,
Especially
wasn't
according
that
to my
wasn't
theory
that
on it.
Wasn't that the deal with it back in the day? That it was like,
Well, I think it became that way. I think it became out of fashion, out of fad. And listen, back in the day when fads died, they died.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I feel like you can just bring
Plus,
something back.
They
well, I
weren't
feel like
that,
that's
here's
the thing.
too
That's
is
the whole thing.
they
the fad
weren't-
Well,
is
there's
that
the retro version of it, but I feel like
Exactly.
it started because this group of like,
Right.
and you often see these bodybuilder guys wearing, because I think like they want it very minimum. They don't even have pockets on their shit. They're wearing
Right.
yeah.
and then they just got their fanny pack.
And this was around that time, dudes, especially the bodybuilder type guys, were wearing like Zubaz pants and like a tank top, and they
Zubaz,
rocked
man.
the fanny pack.
I love the necklace that with the tube change holder.
Oh, remember
saw
that
that?
from the beach?
Yeah, you can go in the water with your
Absolutely.
chains.
Of course you could.
How much change do I got to keep on me?
It's absolutely.
Why
insane.
did you need?
I can make 60 phone
No,
calls.
they were.
God damn. That's
Yo, that's so
absolutely-
Yeah,
Why
why-
did you-
absolutely insane.
And this is the craziest part is you get the one with the tall lid, so you could keep like $5 rolled up in like 7 quarters. And then
Yeah.
what else could you keep in there? Maybe some fucking lifesavers.
Cigarettes?
You could only keep tube-shaped goods. A pen, a short pen.
Short.
Yeah, maybe
in case
3
you-
Lucy's.
In case we're going to the bowl later.
Yeah, right. Like what the fuck? And they're not really good waterproof because that little
No,
rubber
no, it was
washer
just
would always
right.
break. You had to get a good one.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
My dad had a yellow one in his car forever, and I just remember it always had like, I don't know, probably like I don't know, maybe like anywhere from like 20 to 100, but I don't know. But there was just a little roll of money in it. But it was like, it physically could not be a lot of money because of how small it was, because it didn't allow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, all sorts of gimmicks to hold stuff back.
They yeah. So that's what dudes used to fucking rock. I never found them to be practical. I was a young kid back then, but you know, I didn't have a whole lot to carry.
I'd say probably maybe in like '89, I probably had one. Probably like whatever
right.
cartoon.
But I was
one.
like 11, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like 11,
exactly.
12 years
no,
old.
when I was
What did
like,
I have to
when
carry?
I was like 6 or 5 or 6, I had one.
Right.
Yeah, who knows what was in there? Fucking GI Joe or some shit. But or I got one from like a cousin or something.
Right.
It's probably the same cousin I got one from that told me it was fucking unacceptable.
Right.
Wildwood, circa '92. Anyway,
Which
So-
is funny. People would wear it and then rock the Walkman on the band of it and wear the headphones and jog.
Yeah. The whole
Like-
utility belt type
Yeah, like a
situation.
soldier. You know
Real
what I mean? Like you
Batman-esque.
well,
yeah,
that's
like
the-
humping. They were humping like in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like
It
they
was
were
like
humping.
the 80s.
Also-
90s.
I mean, they were humping.
I guarantee, like, you know, humping all that shit.
What's that?
That's they used to say it in
Yeah.
in the army.
You're humping.
Yeah.
What?
They're humping that shit.
What are you talking about?
They're humping it.
What is
Yeah,
that?
he's lost.
They're humping.
What is this? A
Carrying
joke?
it. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like you're humping that shit. Like look at this guy humping that shit over there. Like he's
He's
humping,
humping all
all that shit.
that shit up the hill.
He's humping all these bags up his hill like a fucking.
Did you ever watch
jackass.
like Platoon or?
Yeah, did they say that in Platoon?
Yeah, they said we're humping this. We have to hump all this up this
I
hill.
feel like you guys are fucking with me.
Oh my god.
I
Anyway,
can't believe.
where were we? We got off track.
Yo, we are. Oh
So
my god.
no, humping is a word. Yeah, it's definitely. It's a term used for carrying heavy load.
Right.
Gotcha.
Army.
See, I've heard schlepping, lugging.
It's
Yeah,
the same.
lugging.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the same as a lug.
Right.
Yes.
Strange. Anyway.
So anyway, back to the show.
Yes.
He's crying.
Yes.
Jerry, in an effort to get him to stop crying, which is
yeah.
crazy because he was out the door,
Yes.
offers to take the guy to the Knicks game with him.
Yes. Yes. In the same breath, giving away George's ticket.
His buddy's ticket.
Yes.
Right.
Which
Oh
is
man.
wild.
Wait, I'm sorry. What would you say?
He gives away the ticket. He gives
Yes, the
Joel
ticket to the game, yes.
ticket that was George's
Just to
ticket
stop weeping.
to get him to stop weeping. Yes. So then we go to the I guess where are they? The bank.
Yeah.
And George is counting up change.
George has like a 5-gallon pickle jar.
Yes.
change.
Of
And
cherry
he's
patties
counting
or
up the
some
change,
shit.
and
He's
they
got a
tell
ton
him
of
he
change.
has to wrap it up. He has to put it in.
I was
the,
explaining to Roman that banks didn't have change counters back then.
No, bro. They were like, yeah, you got.
If you wanted to cash in your change, you had to roll it all up, separated by denomination, and write your account number on the fucking roll,
Yes.
and then stand
You
in
could.
line, and then
They were going to count it, and if
Seems
you tried
like
to
a
short
lot.
those nickels and dimes a little bit, they were going to hit you with some.
I feel like people should have just saved their change until they invented the penny arcade, whatever they used to have at TD Bank.
Yeah, then they
Where
got
you
sued.
dump in. Yes.
Yeah, but
Dude,
did
I
you
got
ever?
money off that lawsuit.
What
Well,
do you mean you got money off it?
They shorted me
How'd you know? How
because they
this-
sent
Yeah,
out
that
a
was
letter.
huge.
They
No,
sent me a
I never
letter.
got that letter, and I used to use that shit.
oh yeah, you didn't. hear about
Maybe
that?
they
It
didn't
was
short you,
huge.
but they
No,
sent
I
me.
knew
I
about
only
it,
got
but I
like
never-
50 cents back. It wasn't like
This motherfucker. Roman, you made me feel like I missed out on.
no,
fucking-
no.
True.
But they sent me a letter. They were like, "Yo, you were,
This is
scammed."
worth
And the
talking
penny arcade.
about.
It is. It's very interesting.
But how they
No,
know?
but you
How
saying
they
you
know
got
that
money out
you?
of it.
How they estimate your?
Yeah, what did everyone get 50 cents?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Or did they
It's like
take?
that.
Did you have an account?
Yeah.
They
So-
probably took your.
Well, you either needed to have an account there, which they would probably have everyone on record, which
Yeah.
is probably how they calculated what you did. You know, clearly you changed in $30.
I probably. It was probably about that.
But-
See,
over like 2 times.
I wanna
If you
touch
didn't have
on-
an account, you had to give them like an additional like $3 or some
Yeah.
shit.
See, here's the other thing too. You say, why didn't people just save up all the change? A lot of times people did that. People would save up. Remember the Deer Park thing, full of silver?
Yeah. Oh, I remember
But what
that. Yeah.
nobody
Wait,
really.
what's the Deer Park thing?
The Deer,
when you
the
fill
Deer
up,
Park,
like,
the water
Deer
cooler
Park
jar.
water cooler
What
full
about
of-
it?
You never filled that
Full
up
of
like
coins?
coins, silver.
Oh
ever see
yeah,
that?
no, I thought you were
What
saying there's a
nobody
Deer Park
ever,
lawsuit.
what nobody
Oh, no. I
know
ever
someone that
takes
filled
into
one.
consideration when doing that is moving it once it's
Oh,
full.
yeah, it's like
you know
super
what I mean?
heavy.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a whole fucking
Insane.
You know,
exactly.
my
It's
boy Adam
insane.
has one overflowing. It was like sitting in a bigger thing, and now he like cleaned it up, and it's
Wow.
Actually, I wonder if he changed it in for like. No, I'm pretty sure it's still sitting there. But I mean, it
You
was
got to empty it out.
the
You
entire.
gotta like
filled
pour
to the
some
top.
out into something. Like you'll never.
No,
be
you
able to
fill
do it.
another one. What
But
about
how
those people
you
that bring
gotta
like
get it-
7 of them in?
You gotta get like a front end loader to move that thing.
No, you just. No, you can
Hand
pick it
truck.
up.
Hand truck.
You can pick it up.
You gotta go down steps.
Bro, I'm lugging
And
that
Roll it
thing.
like a
Adam
keg.
Yeah, I carry a keg if I got
You
it.
can't roll that.
You see,
know how heavy
Drew,
that is.
Drew, hold on. You're
It's
telling me
heavy.
I'm not humping that change? You see me hump that fucking that
I
fish
wish
tank?
he had a big thing of change.
Drew, you
Just
see
to
me hump the
move.
fish tank?
This
That
whole
thing's crazy.
humping
Yeah.
thing is making me quite uncomfortable. It
You
just
see me hump a
you're
fish
talking
tank.
about humping fish tanks, and in my head it's different than
I'm just
what you're
blasting the
talking-
fish tank off.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm gonna look.
No, listen. All I'll say is one time I tried to pay in all pennies at the
Yeah.
suburban station. I was trying to buy a Sunkist, and I was trying to pay in all pennies. And the girl told me to my face. She said, "No, I'm not picking that up off the counter. You got to pick it up and put it in my hand." And I counted out all the change, and I put it in her hand.
How much was it? Like $3?
It was before the soda tax. It was like $150.
It's still 150 pennies.
Yeah.
Where'd you carry?
Where'd you? Where were you, Kramer?
Hey, where in my
Walking
pocket?
Look, I told you he loves saddlebags.
At the
and cargo
time, I'm
shorts.
sure I did. I had something in my backpack. Unfortunately,
Where were you going?
I don't know. Probably to Roxborough or something.
Look, hump, verb definition synonym, Macmillan Dictionary. Hump, humps, humping, humped, humped.
It's on the
To
dictionary.
carry something heavy, slowly, and with difficulty.
Macmillan dictionary. Who's Macmillan?
Never dealt with that?
I don't think. Wait a minute. Merriam-Webster. That's it.
I think Macmillan. No, Macmillan used to be the third partner. It was Macmillan.
There's no
Merriam-Webster.
Macmillan.
Yeah, Macmillan
Yo,
got cut
he
out.
might be right about that.
It's Merriam or Webster or both.
Macmillan got cut out of the deal.
So you're saying, okay, so look it up with Webster.
Yeah, Webster's.
If you need that.
It's like the King James Bible. It's like, there's
Right,
one version.
I know. I hear you about that. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't know any other one.
Merriam. Macmillan dictionary.
Okay.
Who's Macmillan?
Definition of hump in Merriam-Webster since 1828. They got that fucking.
Yeah, they were popping off.
So, a rounded protuberance, such as humpback, sense one, a fleshy protuberance on the back of an animal, such as a camel, bison, or whale, humpback whale.
True camel. Wales.
2, British, a fit of depression or sulking, making a real hump.
He's in a hump.
Yes, yeah.
3, difficult, trying, or critical phase, not phrase, or obstacle, often using the phrase over the hump.
Right.
Hump, verb, humped, humpings, humps. Usually vulgar to copulate with.
Yes.
To exert oneself vigorously,
Right.
to make humpbacked, to put or carry on the back, a lug or transport. Told you, lug is literally the same. To exert oneself, hustle. This is the intransitive verb. To move swiftly would be, just anonym. Right?
Right.
It's an anonym?
Yes, an anonym.
You got the synonym, you got the anonym,
Yeah.
you got the chicken, you got
Yeah.
the rooster.
You got the rhyming dictionary. It's the whole thing.
So now, do you now? can
Yes,
you-
I do.
So now we're
No,
cool.
listen, I
So now
never
you
did-
get what I'm saying when I humped that fucking fish, that big fish tank down them steps, and then we couldn't get it down. Remember, I had to
Yeah.
go down, back up the steps around the house,
Yeah.
and back down. And guess what, Drew? That fish tank. Guess
Still
where it
there?
is? Still in that basement.
As it should be, because I ain't moving that far.
Yeah,
man.
it's right there. You want a fish tank for your new place? Big one?
No, I
Huge.
don't have anything.
Are
to
the
fill
turtles still there?
The turtles are at the the neighbors have them. They had them. They moved. So I
Gotcha.
don't know. They might have made turtle soup.
with. Shit.
Towel soup.
Snapper
So
soup.
what happens? Jerry
delicious.
goes back home, tells George, or George is asking
Yes,
him what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
No, well, he's,
Well, no,
he's
they're-
telling.
they're at
He's
the back,
telling.
yeah.
They talk about that. Well, George is upset because he has to check out. There's like a small subplot
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this.
He asks her out, and the dental floss flies out of his pocket. So he scrambles, and he doesn't know what to say, and he asks her out.
Yes, and then so they're having that. They're having the change issue, and then the next scene is Jerry and Elaine talking about him
they go
crying,
out?
and she says, "I never made a man cry. You made a man cry," and she's very impressed at Jerry's,
Able to make a man cry.
Yes.
his prowess.
We discussed about going out.
Yes, and she does not want to go out if she has to do anything. It's kind of setting the whole feel for the show, right?
Right.
Like, just kind of sitting in the
Sometimes
diner
it's
doing
about nothing,
She
right.
says, "I'll only go
Yeah.
if I don't have to talk."
Right.
She doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't want the responsibility of going out. You ever done that? Yeah, you ever feel like that? Yeah, I'll go if I don't have to do nothing.
So, let's see. I know there was a few things I wanted to cover.
We missed
here.
a few things. We definitely missed the whole Kramer pizza.
Well,
Kramer
that
Apple.
happens when they go back to Jerry's after the change scene, because that was originally supposed to be shot in Kramer's apartment, and he was just going to have a big couch with shit everywhere.
Yes.
And he was talking about Kramerica Industries. The first time we hear about them. Comes up multiple times throughout the show. Actually, it's the only other time it comes up in the Kramerica episode.
I believe so.
I know his ideas are thrown around.
The idea,
but
the
I think
pizzas
Kramerica
comes up.
Really
Right.
doesn't come back to what,
Yes.
season 7 or
Full
8?
season, yeah.
With his
with the giant ball of oil.
Yeah, with his intern.
Yes.
What was his name? Eric, maybe?
Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle.
Something like that.
And then his idea is to make your own pie.
Right.
Serve it, and George is telling him you can't just have people serving your own cooking and dealing with ovens. They're going to get burnt. And Kramer's like, you'll see.
It's all supervised.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supervised. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
You can make a pie.
You can
Put
do
it in the
whatever you
oven,
want.
Flip it.
I
Beat
don't
it.
think there was ever any place like that. Not that I knew of.
No, still, I remember it.
It's
not
just pretty
being
good.
that-
I don't want to make a fucking pie. It's going to suck if I make it. Why would I?
I don't know. I mean, I like making a pie. Honestly, the only
You're
reason
telling me you could do better than, like, Danny?
No.
Well,
Because
well,
his
then
dough is
why-
going to be crazy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Why wouldn't I
sometimes
just
when
want
you're
to
at
make a
home,
good
it's
pizza?
nice to make it. That's what I mean. It's good to do once.
Oh,
every
you mean
few
at
time.
home? I meant like Kramer's idea. Go into a place.
I could see maybe if you went out with your kids somewhere, like you were like, hey,
Right,
we're gonna
yeah,
do
yeah.
it, and we don't got to do all the cleanup and make the. I could see that.
Yeah, maybe for
But
like Pizzeria
how many
Uno
people
or
are
something.
gonna? Now, what would you do? Pizzeria Uno offer to make your own pie?
I wouldn't go because I don't like Chicago style pizza. It's more
But
about
you love. We drove by an Uno's and you yelled at everyone.
you yelled.
This is bullshit.
You were the one who
You
yelled.
had your last 5 birthdays there.
I've never had a
I heard
birthday
they
there.
had
Roman.
the Uno's.
I don't think I've ever
mascot.
even had a birthday at a place.
The
They
Uno's
sang the
mascot is a
song.
big slice with arms, and it came out and
I don't
they
think
gave you
that-
like a hug.
I don't think it's a real thing.
And
I've
huge
never had a
sneakers
birthday at a place. Like I literally haven't.
Where'd you have them all at your farm?
Yeah,
When's your birthday?
September 18th.
Bullshit.
We're gonna have a birthday for you in March.
Yeah, what do you say?
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
At Pizzeria Uno.
Pizzeria Uno?
They open for indoor
Is
dining.
that where you want to go?
Oh my God, yes. We know where there's one at.
I had
There's
Chicago-
definitely one in Montco.
I had
100%.
Chicago style pizza once, and I was in Chicago, and it was a letdown.
Well, get ready.
It's real thick and gross.
You're gonna have
It's like
Chicago
casserole.
style pizza
Literally,
in
it's
Plymouth
like casserole.
Meeting, and you're gonna
Oh,
love it.
great. Great. Yes. Everyone knows the best Chicago style pizzas outside of Chicago is from Plymouth Meeting.
No, you know what we'll do? We'll go to Andy's because they had pizza on the menu.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Diner pizza.
But guess what? I'm
I'll get you a
down.
slice of diner
Listen.
pie.
So,
hold on. So back to the episode because all these diner pies.
right.
This episode, so the guy who plays Joel Hornick was originally auditioned for George at the
Wow.
beginning of the series. Didn't get it.
Interesting.
Clearly. Also, this episode was originally shot, I think I said it earlier, without Elaine. Then they reshot it with Elaine because they really didn't know where to put her.
Right.
So I think they reshot these first few episodes. I can look back in the notes, but they added her in, and originally, Helen Hunt passed on the Elaine role.
Interesting.
Well,
Helen Hunt,
at that
Swiss Family
time,
Robinson,
at that time, she was
stung by a
on.
sea urchin.
She wasn't. When did? Wait.
She did. She was in the Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, was she?
I think so. I could be making that up.
She definitely did.
Fact check on
Yo,
that,
she
Raymond.
definitely did a
Helen
PCP
Hunt.
after school special where she jumped out of a window.
Yep.
She did PCP?
But
A
yeah, a
special.
PCP after
Oh,
school
like a
special.
Actually,
fucking
do it.
drug thing.
Look up Helen Hunt, Swiss Family Robinson, sea urchin. See if my memory serves me
But
correct.
wasn't she doing like Mad About You at that time? Wouldn't that which was a huge
I'm
show?
sure that came on right after because
I
this
wasn't
first season, this is
into it.
89.
Okay.
That probably came out in 92.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I don't.
If
It
you're
was.
in a-
Yeah, I don't remember what the deal was though. It was like an older, probably.
Glippy glop. I don't. That's all I remember. Paul Reiser.
Right. I know it's referenced.
It was always in their apartment, and they were like just having like lovers quarrels the whole show.
Okay.
Mad About You.
That's what
It was about being.
Oh my god, we're going on another tangent. I see where this is going. We're gonna talk about other shows.
Swiss
for
Family
45
Robinson tonight.
Swiss Family Robinson. There's nothing. It says missing urchin.
Is Helen Hunt in the show? She
Yeah.
might have got stung by a different sea animal. Woman.
Yes, she isn't.
Okay,
she
then I'm
is
right.
in
There was an
Swiss
episode where she
Family.
got stung by something.
Damn, 6.8 out of 10. Damn, not hitting.
What, Swiss Family Robinson?
Yeah.
Well, it's
I wanted to really see their treehouse when I went to Florida.
the Swiss Family Robinson. You know, I don't know much. I just know Helen Hunt was in it. Got stung
Okay.
by a sea urchin.
There was a family.
They were like
I
doing
think they got
stuff.
stranded.
Hijinks, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
they got
hijinks.
stranded on an island, I think, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we're here," and they built.
Right, they made the most of it.
The only stranded island show I deal with is Gilligan's. I don't deal with
Which was
Lost.
weird because, like, I guess they didn't take into consideration that they were all family. Like, so they're gonna die.
Oh, they're gonna say so. Someone's fucking someone, and they're
Well,
related.
or they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
die. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they were all like.
Well, they were only gonna
related,
live there.
immediately.
Yeah, they're what they were allotted. And
Right. Yeah.
What about you? Deal with Gilligan's Island?
You know, I never watched it.
Never even one. See, that's
No.
one of the shows I thought when you were younger, being just on TV, you might have caught. Because when I was like, probably like 13. Well, it was always on when I was a kid, but there was like a run where it was on at a time where I was always watching TV, and I would catch. Probably was on like 4 episodes a day, like
Oh yeah, it was on
a
in the
2-hour
morning.
block,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I would watch that.
The only
fucking-
thing I know about it is that as a child, my mother would often try to take our family to something.
To Gilligan's
somewhere.
Island?
No. But
Hold
like
on.
a
These
thing.
lines
No,
are
just
crazy.
like something like out of left field, and it would be really long. Like it would often be like a tour of some
A 3-hour
weird.
tour.
Yes.
Hold on.
And but my father would always go the 3-hour tour.
Because your dad's like, yo, goddamn it,
Yes,
we're gonna get lost
like
again.
the time we
Dad
went
just
to
wanted
the
be home watching
like the
Gilligan's
time we
Island.
went to Indiana, Pennsylvania to see the Jimmy Stewart Museum. Is like a perfect example. We drove 6 hours out of the way to see the Jimmy Stewart Museum in Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Do you know my uncle Paul went there because he loves Jimmy Stewart, and he got us this mug. There was a Jimmy Stewart movie where something with a rabbit. I forget what it's called.
I know 2 Jimmy Stewart movies.
Christmas Jones.
Is one of
and
them.
A Wonderful
Yeah.
Life.
It's a Wonderful Life and The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
What
Yeah,
about
the other
Rear
one, so
Window?
Well, the
Rear Window.
anyway, Rear Window. The rabbit one.
North by
actually, we had a
Northwest?
mug, an appearing rabbit showed up on the mug.
Really?
But anyway,
Vertigo? Was he
Jimmy,
in
Jimmy Stewart, 6 hours, 3-hour tour, Gilligan's Island, whatever the fuck. All these shows we can talk
Yes.
about them. I'll do Gilligan's Island. I'll do the Brady Bunch. I don't care.
I still like the Brady Bunch.
I love the Brady Bunch. Love the Brady Bunch.
Live for the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, for real. Might be the best show of all time.
Honestly,
live.
I can't believe I'm sitting here talking.
Might be better than the movie Payback.
I was just watching the episode the other night with it.
This guy loves to be like, yo, see this movie? This is the best piece of media ever released.
Ever.
He's like, better than the last thing I said was the best movie ever. This is it. And I'm really Payback with Mel Gibson is the best movie ever.
Yes. Best movie ever written.
Sure. I mean, I would say it was pretty good.
I mean,
What are you rating it out of 10?
I would give it like a 7 probably.
Okay.
yo, this whole episode needs to be like an after, like the after.
I mean, yeah, this
You're gonna have
episode
to chop it the fuck
didn't
up.
really like, it's not.
Well, even this whole
Hitting
episode was
for-
kind of like it was really flat.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's not, I mean,
Yeah, I think
Listen.
us talking about
Gilligan's Island
Gilligan's Island is
and
more
humping
interesting.
turtle tanks.
Yeah, the only great parts of this episode I feel like are the fact that Jerry made a man weep.
Yes, yeah, they talk about it.
Kramer introduces Kramerica,
Yeah,
and just a little shit that we see, like the off things, like the
Yeah.
apartment being off. I had to write down a couple other things. Yeah. Oh. Excuse me. While they're eating and Jerry's breaking up with them, Joel's like, "You're my best friend."
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
says, "I've never even been to your apartment."
yes,
How are they best friends?
right.
Let's see.
Which I think Larry recycles that later on in Curb.
I'm sure.
When when Funkhauser says,
Yeah.
"You're
We're
my
best friends. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're my best friend, Larry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Funkhauser says, if you weren't my best friend,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if
I
you.
would punch you or something. You're my best friend.
yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
great. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this one. So they have the little talk about it, and then the next. So Jerry calls Joel and tells him he has to. He can't go to the game he gave him the tickets
Yes.
to. So he's trying to keep the tickets at this point, right? So him and George can go. Is that what he's trying to do? Not in.
He's trying to avoid.
Well, he's trying to avoid him,
the
yes. But
situation.
George is like, at this point, why don't you see if we can get both of them?
Right.
So he writes down a list of excuses that Elaine finds.
Yes.
And
So
the
you can have
last
them
thing
on
he did-
hand. Yeah.
Yes, he had to teach his nephew. So then Joel Hornet comes in. He goes, "Oh, is this your nephew?" Which is Elaine. Now, in the original ending of this episode, Joel asks Elaine out. Jerry gets very offended.
Right.
Dumps him for good.
Okay.
The final straw. And then he refers to him as Jason, like Jason Voorhees, because he keeps coming back and coming back and coming back.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was going to be the alternate ending.
Jerry making a
Friday the
Yeah.
13th reference. Yep.
Show was weird in the first season, man. Very weird in the first season.
Yeah, it's very
It's different.
yeah, it's different. And I mean that really wraps it up. After that, that's kind of the
Yeah.
end. A few other little points. All of the monologues. I guess I don't know if in all the episodes or just this one, but they shot them in the nightclub setting and then like a church basement setting, like you were doing like a
Right. Yeah.
what's it called
An open
When
mic.
no, when you do a thing like for a company
A benefit.
benefit. He was doing a benefit.
Yes.
Yeah.
A
So he
benefit.
was doing a benefit. It was shot that way in front of a piano in a church basement, brightly lit, and I think they figured the nightclub setting was
Right. The way
more
to go.
appropriate for the flow of the show. So that really is that episode.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's it.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot to unpack there.
I know there's really not, and you know, when you think, at least in my mind, you know, when I'm thinking about doing the podcast, and you think about doing all the great stuff you'll want to talk about, but you know, you got to talk about the stuff that's not so
Yeah.
fun too. You know, and this
For
first
sure.
season
For sure.
stuff is really getting the show off the ground.
No. Yeah.
Well, it's why it's easy to get distracted.
They were
in these
testing out a
episodes,
lot
too.
of things.
Specifically, the first 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, first season.
So
6
right,
episodes.
we get over the hump. Using that word differently, Roman. Don't
Yeah,
we?
see?
We all-
Look at all the
Yeah,
ways. Yeah. Well, we'll list the ways of hump we can. Well, we already did.
Yeah.
So a protuberance.
So,
We're over it.
So we'll get over the hump of that first
Yes,
6
exactly.
episodes, and then we're gonna have some fun with it.
Oh
It
man.
really gets into like just we're gonna see all the shit that keeps reoccurring. Like I said, the stuff we'll list. And we're gonna present the season with a recap at the end too, so we can really like
Yes.
kind of show you guys where we're trying to go with it.
Since we're just talking about filler, filling up dead time on this, you know, listen to Apartment 5A podcast, follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
You know, there's so many incredibly fucking hilarious Instagram accounts out there.
Yeah.
You know, and I definitely want to
Seinfeld.
shout out fucking Champagne Video.
Yes. Shout out them.
Yeah, who's Billy
Million
Pumpkin's
Man
downfall
Fall.
is
Yeah,
great.
that's a great one.
Yes.
I mean, there's so
Seinfeld
many.
2000?
Yes,
there's
2000,
episodes.
yeah.
It's-
What's the one that always puts the
Sign pop.
sign pop? Yeah, they're
Champagne
great.
Video Store is one of my top favorites.
Yes, for
Fucking-
sure.
Well, shout out Champagne with the
Shout out
order we put in.
Champagne.
We have a nice we have some things coming from them.
Yes.
That we'll show you guys next time when they come in. We'll start showing you guys some of like the merch and stuff we have.
Right. Merch
Just
we're gonna
some.
be putting out, and you know
Yeah.
what we want to do is just we want to get everybody who loves Seinfeld and just talk about Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Hang out, and we could all know each other.
We could all have a chew. You know?
That's great.
It's what it's all about, right?
That's what it's all about, man.
Somebody
It's
sitting around
121,
chewing gum.
Seinfeld, hanging out with other people who love Seinfeld and talking about it.
Yeah.
If you love it, if you dig it, hit us up on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apartment 5A podcast. You know, we're all here. You know, I don't know who you might get any of us really answer.
Yeah, really.
So
Yeah, you'll never know.
Hit us up. Hit up Champagne Video. Follow these other accounts that we think are hilarious, and we'll see you guys next week. Roman, you want to take us out?
Yeah.
Come on, Roman, hit us with a good one this week. I want.
I'll give it maybe a little more brief but unique one, which I like.
Last week was really brief. Kind of just ended it. I want like a whole fade out.
Well, I did it. No, listen, I did the whole song last time, but if you hit them this time with a maybe that's it. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so one more and blast us and we'll be out.
That was good.
Peace.
Peace out, everybody.